YouTube, stay hydrated is going to be the topic for today. Why do we stay hydrated? Well, why not? Why not drink some water? You see the smoke? Go outside, drink some water, touch some grass. YouTube, how we doing? Check it out. Check it out. We got tadpoles. Hello? Oh yeah. Somebody called the ambulance, bro. The fire patrol. Do you guys think we can make this shot from back here? With this one right here? Okay, let's go. Ah, oh, poor tadpoles. Ah, oh, poor tadpoles just got imploded. I'm worried like one of them just like flew out from that. But yeah, there's tadpoles in here too. As you can see, I can't see any tadpoles right now. But hoping that there's still tadpoles in there. So I'm not lying about there being tadpoles. But yeah, just go outside and record the video, man. It's that easy. You don't have to be lazy playing Call of Duty, Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3 all day, bro. You don't gotta sleep all day because you can't get a job. Oh man, let's talk about not getting a job. Oh man, well, I can get a job. It's just like, how healthy is it for me really to scroll on Indeed and apply for jobs? Talk about social media being bad, bro. Applying for jobs got to be the most detrimental thing you can do to your mental health. Like, if you don't apply for jobs, you'll live a long, longer life, bro. Because you're not worrying about applying for jobs all day. Loser activity. Only losers apply for jobs and expect to get a job. It's really a loser activity. If you got a job, you're most likely a loser or an incel. Sorry to say it. But everybody has a job. It's called Be Alive. So, is everybody a loser? No. Is everybody an incel? No. Does everybody do their jobs? No. Bro, your job could simply be like being a good grandson. And you can do the complete opposite. And therefore you're doing 0 out of 1 jobs. And all you had was 1 job to be a good grandson. In that case, I'm like, bro, first of all, you need to get yourself jobs. And second of all, your 1 job, you need to figure this out, bro. Because it's not working. Oh, your grandma thinks that you're high on meth again for the 69th time. Well, maybe it's because you are high on meth. And your 1 job is to be kind to your grandma, but you're meth tweaking. So you can't even tell grandma I love you without tweaking that the cops are there. Let's just use that as one of many examples of modern day people in technology. Let's also talk about brainwashing. Social media has been brainwashing us for years and years now, but with the media popping for 2020's COVID, and nobody talks about it anymore. 2020 was the stage of life that brought us into the next stage of life. And when you think about 2020 as the next stage of life, you think about a multi blah 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 virus that just takes out the world. And growing up, I never thought this was a thing that could happen. I never thought that multiviruses could possibly end the world or cause something similar to a COVID 19. In COVID 19, if it ended the world, we want to be here. But if it ended the social norms of society, then where does that lead us? Right back to the start of caveman era. But at least cavemans at least talk to their grandma. Nowadays, it's like you'll go to your grandma's house just to text your grandma. I had a good time without ever saying a single word to your grandma. And now the only relationship you maintain with your grandma is via Facebook. That is not the look that you want to have with your grandma. At least give your grandma a hug. Man, don't depend on social media to fix it all for you. I went to a virtual meeting. It's virtual, guys. You did not leave your house. You did not talk to anybody. I'm not saying you're a loser. Just saying. A virtual meeting is virtual, bro. You cannot go to a meeting if it's not in person. Because going to a meeting is a building, most likely, that has people inside of it, most likely, for a specific cause, most likely. Watching a video of people talking about a cause and calling it a meeting, but everybody's in their own room, is more like an anti-meeting. It's like meeting behind the phone just to say hi, but you actually aren't saying hi because you're on a phone. You're talking to a screen. That's lame. Talking to a screen. But we all do it. You gotta call somebody. Man, especially when you got those earbuds in, but you're like talking to somebody. So it just looks like you're talking like to nothing. The abyss. Like that's the funniest thing to see is somebody with earbuds, but you can't clearly see the earbuds. But they're clearly talking on the phone, but they're clearly not because it looks like they're just making gestures to the tree. Maybe we all need to find balance to a degree. Enough that we can decide whether we want breakfast, lunch, dinner, or neither. Enough that you can say, I accomplished one thing with my day. I'm okay. Enough that you can say that, where you did accomplish one thing with your day and you're okay. If you didn't accomplish anything with your day, don't worry, you always got tomorrow. But if you don't accomplish something that next day, don't worry, you always have the day after. And if you keep not accomplishing anything, it's not a skill issue. It's just laziness. And the fact you don't care. And if you don't care, that's fine. I don't care. But if you don't care and you cannot acknowledge that you don't care, then your life is not gonna care for you. Acknowledging that you don't care about a situation and being completely aware of why you missed the entire point of it is because you don't care is a different story other than forgetting how to drive somewhere because you weren't paying attention the first time. But in response, you just said you forgot. But in reality, you just don't care. Well, how many people don't care nowadays and pretend they do? So they're deceiving themselves. How many people live in this world and think that they care, but they're deceiving themselves? I would have to go with 50%. And the other 50 don't care and understand they don't care. Let's talk about deceiving yourself. That's a monster in itself. There's so many deceptions out there that we can have. Just like, I'm fine. You can tell somebody that you're fine enough times that you believe it yourself. And now that you believe that you're fine, and they believe that you're fine, and you're not fine, you rewire the meaning of fine in your brain. Now fine really has a definition of not okay, but keep saying shit to me because I'll deal with it later. And if you keep saying that you're fine at this point, really not gonna help your cause in getting better as a human, because you're diluting your feelings so much that it's became one single objective perception of what you are, but your feelings are so like built in, they don't mean anything anymore. But that's just being a loser. You don't want to be a loser necessarily to say. Losers are losers, you know. Well, I don't want to be a loser. You know, I set ideas up of people and things in my head, and I'm like, this is who I want to be. This is who I don't want to be. This is what I think needs to happen. First of all, best way to look at it, I would say I'm more smart than stupid, more kind than cruel, more tall than short. But these are all like better ways of just saying I'm tall. Because I'm not the tallest. To some, I might even be short. So therefore, I'm more tall than short. You even see a short person, they're not the shortest person that you'll ever see. They might be more tall than short in the majority of the world. Just compared to you, you are more tall than short, and they are more short than tall. But what if you guys are only like 2 feet apart? And we're talking about tall going as hundreds of feet to millions. Man, and then is the universe tall or is the universe short? Like, whoever asks these questions and gets an answer they want. Universe, are you smarter or are you stupid? You more smart or are you more stupid? Like, come on, where's the answers at with this one? I see a safety hazard. Let's see how many safety hazards we can find. We got like a bunch over here. We got one right there. got a bunch over here. If I tripped and fell on this thing, I would be done, bro. I would be like, I don't know, bro. Like, you just see me out here laying on these things, like, I'm going to bed, but I'm like, just like bleeding out. I hope that didn't. Look at the natural end of the universe, or you could say that's a natural V of the universe, or a natural Z of the universe. Oh man, I almost just walked on these nails. Imagine what that would be like. Don't imagine. It's not recommended. Don't even try that at home. You see all this stuff over here. What if I could do something with it? What if like I could draw a meaningful sign? Yo, what is this? Yo, check this out. It's like we're digging for treasure, but there's no treasure. Only God. There's a whole trash can full of sticks. Now, let's talk about grass. Grass is like, man, I hope I'm not like destroying this grass by stepping on it. Am I more fat or skinny? Like, drop it in, like, I guess, am I more fat or skinny? Like, that's a good one. I'm more fat than skinny for sure. Uh, if I climb this like wooden piece, I'm not quite sure what would happen. I don't think it would be the worst. But like, I can set this up anywhere and climb it. Like right here. See, I'm climbing this. So when you really think about trees and stuff, you gotta assume that everything's in its right place. Like this tree is supposed to be here. Do you think this tree wants to be here though? It's like, yeah, it's in its right place because it was like born there. But if you really think about it, if you're born and you never get to move, you're just stuck in one spot the rest of your life. This is what that would look like. That's what this looks like for all these guys. Unless you're one of those plants that gets cut in half and it's like a new plant. Then it's like, alright, you can travel. but it's a new plant, is it? Or it's the same plant with a different life source. So interesting when you take those kind of plants and you disconnect them. It's like, it doesn't look like grass where it's a bunch of blades. It looks like one big leaf like plant, or a bunch of leaves or whatever, right? So it's not grass, but it has the ability to spread like grass, but it only spreads when it's cut off. Yeah, life's cool. Same thing with worms. Like, you can cut a worm in half and send them one to the North Pole and one to the South Pole, and it would still be the same life of that one worm, but it's like two different lives. Bro, what if humans were like mutations like worms could do? Like, if humans could split into two, like, then what would happen? And not even like the brain itself, like, just regrow a whole new brain. I guess like regenerative powers, it's like humans could have regenerative powers where they could regenerate and like regrow like parts and stuff. And it's like, yeah, we do to an extent. Like, we regenerate very minimum amounts compared to like lizards that can lose a whole tail, or like sea stars that can like lose a whole arm and turn into a whole nother person. Yeah. Or you could literally cut like a tree in half, and it'll find a whole new way to live life. Like, that's regenerative. Humans aren't really regenerative. We only have like blocking actions, like to stop blood coming out, and like healing, regenerative healing, like minimum though. But like, we have pretty good whatever when the blood like starts clotting, so you don't like bleed out. We have decent of that. But yeah, talk about regenerative. I think the cool ones are like crustaceans, like crabs regenerating new claws, like after like ripping their own claw off. It's kind of like, wow, that just happened, but it's just part of life, I guess. Like, you know, life just happens all the time. And there's nothing you can do about it. But be yourself, I guess. Just like, oh yeah, like just keep like, I don't know, staying out of dangerous grass. Just like, you know, I saw something that said, if you when you least expect danger, it comes. How about when you least expect danger, it doesn't come? Like, be optimistic about it. Be like optimistic that there's a better side to it. Like you can be optimistic and danger doesn't have to come. Uh, and you can just enjoy your life. Like not be paranoid. Like, oh no, I saw this in a video game and now that's the way I live. No, it doesn't have to be like that. If you see something that says a stupid quote like that, just be like careful that like you know what's really going on. Like, cause like now you just read something that you thought was a cool game telling you like when you least expect it, danger's coming. Nah, man, that's kind of like trippy because it's like now I gotta actually think about danger coming to me. Like, yeah, I'm least expecting it right now as I'm speaking, but like my optimism says that I don't have to worry about it right now because it's just a quote in a video game saying danger comes when you least expect it. Come on. Danger comes when you least expect it. Danger comes. Yeah, that's how that works. No, not really. It's fun.